like to move on to the next subject because I feel like it's closely related. Now, we all had got the clip of what is it, Ari Fletcher?
What's the excuse of you not being there for your daughter for the last 28 years?
Ari Fletcher, she's G Herbo's baby mom. I think she's currently now with Moneybagg Yo. And
Yeah.
I forgot the radio personality name. Is her name Keisha? I hate to be butchering people's name. I just not good with the name part. But she's doing, I think, a segment based on the fact that she was fatherless. And in the video, one of the big things that I thought was crazy is when he said,
me and her mother didn't work out, so, you know, I just moved on to the next.
When she asked him, like, yo, like, what happened? Like, she's like, what happened to where you wasn't there or around?
I just don't see where we go from here. Why really do I need you in my life?
You know what I'm saying?
I dip.
And I dip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just moved on. And I want to dig into his ass too, and men like that, because I feel like men like that make the good father so bad. It's a lot of men who want to be fathers. But there's a lot of situations where women, and I'm going to keep it short because I want the brothers to get some feedback on this. There's a lot of women who takes that for granted, who want no parts, and they know that these are good men. But in this situation with him, I don't respect this at all. So, brother Kazi, from the video you seen regarding this, how do you feel looking through Miss Fletcher's eyes from a person who is fatherless in his answer or his rebuttal to what she said?
It's a reminder to probably a reminder to her, as in, okay, see, this is the problem, this is the trauma that I have been going through, because if you can say this about your offspring, probably my dad said the same thing about me. You know what I mean? I just dipped. I just got someone new, however the case, if that is the case, you know? I really can't really touch too much on it because in relation to certain things, I can't, I don't understand. So for me to sit here and says, well, this is my opinion. I don't have much to say, but just trauma, because if someone said something that I can relate with that triggered me when I was young, or something I was battling with when I was young, yes, it would be very, very, I'd be very, very offended. But can I blame this person for my trauma? Can I really blame this person for my trauma or triggering a trauma of mine? Can I really do it? You know, is this person right for just up and leaving because they got a new girl? No, because you are a degenerate and you're showing that this is why we as people, they don't take us serious, because this is the nonsense that we do. We just go drop and then move. You know, we go swinging and banging. You know what I mean?
Right.
We just swerve and then move. You know, so that's all I got when it comes to that topic.
Okay, brother COMARK, you know we gotta hear it now, based on the video, man. And me and you definitely talk about this father situation a lot. So, what's going on in your man? Excuse me, what's going on in your head when you see this?
So I went to the comments.
I love the comments.
I did go. I listened to the video, but I went to the comments, and a lot of the comments was like, "This is all men. This is all men. This is how all men do. Every man is like this. You know, every man, when they get into a relationship and a woman leave them, or, you know, they want to dip." And I was like, what? It's not like that. You know, a lot of men, and I'm speaking from perspective and from experience. A lot of men want to fight for their kids, and a lot of men do. They go back and forth, and they want to see their kid, they want to see their child a lot. And you have to deal with a woman scorn. And I don't know if it's heartache, if it's love and you still want to be with him, or he still want to be with you, whatever the case may be. But a lot of the back and forth and the arguing and stuff going on, a lot of men get upset and they get tired of going back and forth, and they do dip. And that probably could have been his situation. And I'm not saying, you know, that's every man's situation, but that could have been his situation. That could have been his situation. And he got another girlfriend and was like, you know what, I'm tired. And I dip. And I'm playing devil advocate to it. But it's still wrong, because you still should fight for your child and still be able to see your child and want to see your child regardless of the situation. And we do talk about, me and X talk about this a lot. I have 6 kids, and I went through the situation, and this is not against anything against my ex or whatever, but the problem is men get tired too, of
Facts.
going through the fighting and
Facts.
the arguing and stuff like that. And we have emotions, and we talk about this too. We have feelings too that we have to go through when we're dealing with our kids. We're attached. It's an innate ability as parents to have feelings for our children. And when y'all feel like y'all want to take men through the turmoil that they're going through to see their children, they get upset, you know, and they sometimes want to give up. And sometimes men do give up and they say, "Hey, I'm done." And they dip and they find out. And then when they get another female, they get another significant other, then y'all want to use that against them to not let them see their children. And sometimes that is the case. But a lot of men still go through the fight and they still fight for their children and they still get their children, they fight. They still do everything in their possibility to see their kids. And that is the case. So he is wrong for just dipping and not seeing his child. So I'm agreed to not the women in the comment that say every man is like that, because not every man is like that, because I'm definitely not like that. I know X not like that, because I still fight for my kids and I see my kids and I have great relationship with all my children. I mean, 3 of my children still live with me, but I have a great relationship with my kids. There are men, and a lot of men, and I'm gonna say 50% of men out there, because it's gonna be half and half, that love their children and will fight for their kids. So you can't just say I'm gonna up and dip and be like, let me not fight for his kids. So he's wrong. And then a lot of comments said that, oh, he just might want to take the interview because she's famous. That's probably wrong too, but could be a fact too.
All right, brother White, what is your input on this, man, based on the video with Ari Fletcher in regards to her dad popping up and the answer he gave? That's probably the most important. How do you feel about the answer he gave for why he wasn't there as a dad?
Let's start with the answer. Thank you for the floor, sir. So the answer, let's just say, was fucked up. Let's just be real. The answer was fucked up. Everybody can agree the answer was fucked up.
I agree.
For you to tell your child that I wasn't there for you because me and your mama's relationship failed and I just walked away after that, it's like, we'll just say a slap in the face. So like, and I know she felt that when he said that. Like, I felt that when he said, I'm like, bro, did you really just say this on TV? But I'm like, that's a conversation that should have been had behind closed doors too, as well, with his own daughter. Like, baby girl, I know I wasn't in your life, and I wasn't in your life at the time because dad had mentally wasn't there. Like I wasn't mentally as mature as I am now. I wasn't there because me and your mama's relationship didn't work out, and I got a new girlfriend. I left. That's how that conversation should have kind of went, and it should have been behind closed doors too. He shouldn't have did that like out in the public too, but. The whole thing to me was wrong. Like, I don't understand. Like, you know my story, X. I fight for my little girl every day, still to this day. Still fighting. On child support, and I take care of my baby girl every day, bro. She damn near live with me. My baby girl on I'm on child support. So, that's just how, another conversation for a different day.
Hey, I'm a play devil's advocate with this one because I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of waiting to say my 2 cents. Now, brother White and brother COMARK know this way too well in my situations. What brother COMARK was saying earlier is very true. Men do or men will give up. If you personally never been to court back to back dealing with different judges in different states under different circumstances, I don't even expect you to understand or relate. Now back to the comment part, that's another thing that I hate when it comes to our color especially. It's like we so quick to see one man do something and now it's all
categorize it. Yeah.
Everybody's under this umbrella. But I'm going to tell y'all honestly, and I say it from the horse's mouth, I'm not scared to say it. And a few of these situations when it comes to my kids, I definitely gave up. Because if I didn't, I would probably be in jail. And anybody who know me personally, I click a little different when it comes to my kids. It's a few things I said that when it comes to certain baby moms, I ain't going to put no names out, but I wish bad on them. And it's only because of the fact that co-parenting is not a real thing if you're not with that woman most of the time. And I love my kids. I mean, like I tell everybody who know me, anybody who was around with the Snapchat days when I had it, I'm always traveling. It's not even a question. I'm always at a game. I'm always doing something when it's allowed and it makes sense. I'm a diamond medallion member. If anybody who knows this, you gotta know you spend a good bit of change to fly to get this tag. But in cases where it's not civil, it's not equal, I'm not mad at men who give up. I'm not even going to encourage another man to go fight for something where it feels like it would take them out of their own sanity. Because a lot of women, if people got family members know this, a lot of women and men die behind this, dealing with their feelings when it comes to being a parent. It's few stories where it's caught by suicide where men had it so hard mentally, like, dog, I just want to be a parent. And there's men who've been through the ringer in the system, whether you had money or you didn't, just for trying to see your child. You can get blocked from your child if you don't even see, if you don't have income. If you don't have proof of income, say you lost your job and you go back to court. You don't get visitation if the court does not see that you can provide for this child. But what if you living with your wife or your girlfriend who can hold it down? It doesn't matter. If the court does not see fit that makes sense, you can get punished for it. You can lose your license. You can go to jail. And it's half these times, now this ain't all men. Half these times it comes from a woman or a man being bitter. And that's so foul and whack. If a person is a good person, they're a good parent, I don't see what's the problem why kids shouldn't be allowed with that other parent, the guardian that's outside the home. We making these too many excuses to where, oh, he did this to me or he did that. But what does that got to do with the child?
Exactly.
So I'm really big on this because I'm living this situation, you know, and I'm not scared to say it at all. I do love all my children. Anybody who see me, that's how I met Brother White. I met Brother White coming to Florida to see my son. And he'll tell you when I got back in my son, like I was coming to Florida almost every week. Like, yo, I had a key to the house. I was coming so often because I didn't have a lot of time with him before that. So I was trying to catch up with the times that I was allowed to make sense. So without rambling, I don't like men like this at all because they make it harder for men like me. Because it's men who really put their arm and foot to trying to be kosher and talking with their kids' moms, or the women who talking with their kids' father impolite, knowing they talking to you disrespectful, knowing they playing with you the wrong way, knowing they trying to belittle you, knowing that they will even try to put you in jail so you couldn't see your child. And that's one of my kids' moms. Everybody who know me personally know about the situation on the plane. And for the audience who know, we'll probably talk about that in a future episode. Your brother got caught up. We know it went viral. But the point is, when I put myself on child support in one of these cases, a person was willing to tell the police things that the police never even knew just because I put myself on child support. And this is fact. I got all the emails. So even if she did listen, I didn't say her name, so nobody know who is who. But how crazy is that? A man put himself on child support just to spend time with his children, and then you still would threaten for things that's not even going on currently, but you have information that could make it hard for the people I was dealing with at that time, to where it could come back and bite all of us in the butt because you don't know these people. Anybody who dealt illegal situations with certain groups of people, it could cost you your life, and it's that serious. So I don't like the guy. I don't like how he rolled it out on the carpet like that. I don't like men like that because he is a prime example of what leads the narrative of what women see us all in a collective being
That's
bad
correct.
men. And that's
That is
corny.
very correct.
That's super corny. So before we move on, I always like to ask, man. I'm gonna start with Brother COMARK. What advice would you give to help rectify this situation, if it's even possible? When we go through situations like this, especially for fathers who need to hear this message, who lack the parenthood.
Man, I know we're gonna talk about we talked about this and we talked about this maturity. Honestly, communication is a real good key, and I know it's hard to be mature between two people, and communication is hard between two people who maybe don't even like each other, but still have to communicate between each other, or got some type of, I don't know, issues between each other. Even if it's, just say it's for the kids. Just say communication for the kids. You have to understand that you're trying to communicate for the well-being of that child or those children, because I don't know how many children you have.
Correct.
You have to understand that you don't have to be happy with each other. You have to be cordial for that child, those children. You have to be like, hey, I understand that we're not happy together anymore. We just need to be happy in a space where we can exchange the child, come up with a plan for this child, and let that be what it is. And it's hard to, like we say, mature, because as we get older, we still mature every day, day by day. You just have to understand that it's not about you. It's about them.
True.
It's all about them. Put your evils aside, because that's what it is. It's being evil. It's fucking evil.
Call it what
And
it is, brother. Call it what it
it
is.
is.
It
And
is.
just and let your godliness, because we're all child of God or Allah or whoever you want to call it. Even if you don't believe in God, put your godliness, because somebody put you on this earth, your motherness, your earthiness, into that child,
Right.
and say, hey, let's do this just for them. That's all I can say. I don't know other way to put it, but just say, hey, let's do it for the child. That's it.
Brother White, can we follow up on that? Do you got any advice for the people who, who need to hear this information that we can do better as parents or parent for those, who lack? Because it might be one good one bad one. So what do you think we can do to help better the situation?
I just want to concur with my brother Professor. Exactly. Like put our bitterness to the side, put our spitefulness to the side, put our anger to the side for the children. Like for like I say for your situation, bro. I told you they need to put that evil shit to the side. And I'm not gonna say any names, but they need to put the evil shit to the side, bro. Because that again, they not doing nothing but hurting the kids at the end of the day. Because that's all you're doing when mother is bitter or baby daddy is bitter because her new dude's there is better than he is and doing all like Future, for instance. I love Future to death. I don't want to deviate from the topic. I love Future to death. But what Future do to Russell Wilson, I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like Russell is putting your son in a position to be better than you. Eventually, after you leave this earth, baby Future gonna be that guy. Like, let's be realistic. Like, he with Russell Wilson and he with Sierra. Like, he can be musically gifted, he can be mentally gifted, he can be athletically gifted, he can do anything he wants. He has the ability to do anything. He can be a doctor, lawyer, astronaut, whatever the case may be. He can be the first person on Mars for all he wants. Let's be realistic. But not to go off topic, he needs to stop putting down Russell Wilson for being a great father to his kid. That's his kid.
I agree.
Like that's the stuff I want to tell people to start doing. Like again, I fuck with Future a long way, but the stuff he do to Buddy, like he need to cut that out. Like we better than that. We men at the end of the day. Like we need to act like men all the time. Like I mean, that's just my take off of that. You had the floor again, sir.
Brother Kazi, you last on the list, man. What input you got for the people from in this topic?
Man, you should have put me first on the list, man. The guy with no kids, man.
I could have, man.
There's nothing I can say to follow up with Brother White, Brother COMARK, or you, because I don't have kids. I can only go and learn lessons from you guys and see what you guys are going through. You know what I mean? And take advice from you guys, whether it be successful or unsuccessful. Or you can say, well, go down this route. But one thing I'm hearing through all your messages is the ego and the pride of someone else doing what you should be doing because you couldn't do it as good as this person. You know what I mean? So now it doesn't become about the kid, it becomes all about you. So what I learned, because you should have put me first, G-Zon.
I got you. Next time I'm gonna think about it.
What I learned here is, and I can only say to the audience, is what I learned. If you have an ego in play because someone else is doing a better job than you, or you don't know how to do your job, and before just ask a question, listen, I'm not too good at this, man. I see that you're better than this than me. Can you teach me? That's what we need as men. Go to another man. Can you teach me how to do this because I'm not that good? And the other man's like, okay, got you. Listen, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting. But from what I'm understanding, man wouldn't do that because it's an ego thing, testosterone thing. We roar, we gorillas, so we don't do certain things, which is damaging not only us, but the next generation. That's what I got from three of you guys just now.